Okay, now my sound should be working. There we go. Okay. So hello and good morning, everyone. We are going to be playing a demo from the Steam Next Fest. We have Echoes of Aincrad Sword Art Online demo version. I played a little bit of this yesterday. I was a little disappointed. As you can see, my name is Test Name because for some reason it said that Waffles is an inappropriate name, so I was unable to be Waffles. I was also unable to customize my character, so far I am not digging this demo, but we're gonna give it a fair shot. See what all we got here. So as you can see, it looks very much like Sword Art Online. The setting of the game is it is specifically set during the beta of the game, so it's before the events of Sword Art Online. So Kirito exists but isn't the main focus, and you can die and come back to life. So there is a death game mode if you want to play the game in such a manner, but it does not have any of that. So we're gonna explore the world of Aincrad just a little bit here. Again, I couldn't customize my character too much, so I'm waiting to see if there's a little bit more choice around that. It has like the Souls-like combat where you get a certain number of healing potions, and if you rest, then it respawns all the monsters. So I'm excited to see what it is. I've always enjoyed the setting of Sword Art Online. I always wish Sword Art Online was good, but the anime was good for like, I want to say like the first 5 episodes, and then it went completely off the rails. Like as soon as they started introducing UA and we just want to live in our little shack in the woods, it got ruined so fast. So
some equipment can only be acquired through quests.
Let's see what they can make here.
Now, don't be shy. You should see what they have to say.
I should see what that guy in the background has to say. Did you see that guy? Synthesize weapons, increase a weapon's parameters, synthesis. Okay. What's up with that guy? Oh, he wants me to come buy something. Okay, Smithy. Make me some gear.
Overworlders, huh? This town's pretty big.
What good stuff do we have?
But none of them compare to us.
I also wonder if we can dual wield. Like I have a sword and shield, but like can I choose my weapon? Do I have to use a sword and shield? Let's craft new stuff. New armor. Peace Ribbon's here. Good morning, Peace Ribbon. How is it going today? I don't have enough money to craft most stuff, but I can create a shield, so let's create a new shield. Delicious. Let's see what we got for weapons. We don't have enough money to make these weapons. Okay, so it looks like there's short swords, there's rapiers, there is sleek knives, which are daggers, I'm guessing, bronze rods, so maybe magic? We're gonna get a house today though and turning into a mole. I feel that. After like 5 days, I'm stir crazy. I'm ready to go out into the world and do something. It just doesn't matter what. I just need to get out of the house and do something. So I feel that. There's no magic in SAO, right? So these would have to be like maces, maybe? Maybe that's great swords and then steel axes. Okay, so we do have weapon choices. So we don't have to just be sword and shield. It looks like we can get a few different things, but
how to go? Enhancement and inheritance.
No magic in SAO, I don't think, right? So we don't get any magic using abilities. All right, so we got a new shield.
Item seller next. This way.
Now we gotta go buy some healing crystals. I've always thought they should explore this world more. Like, Sword Art Online had created an interesting and fun world, and it's not unique, right? Like, Dot Hack did it like 20 years before Sword Art Online did, but they created an interesting premise, and then they did nothing good with it. Like, I did not like half of the the 3/4 of the anime they made I didn't like. They've made some games before that were okay, so I'm really hoping this one This one really
Their wares are a little
does it.
but they have plenty of
Did they
useful
keep the FF2 leveling system? Is that like that you have to use different things to level them up? Like to level up your swords, you have to use the swords. Is that the... Because I believe that is in the game, that you have to use different items in order to level them up, and it's not just like a base level that goes up, but rather it's each individual skill that is leveled up. Alright, item monger.
Oh, you must be new here. I'm always grateful for the patronage of you.
Let's see what you got.
We have locations far and wide.
I also have seen a lot of videos about this game that fall damage is really bad. Apparently, even small falls will absolutely decimate you, so that is a problem. Let's buy a couple healing potions. Never hurts to have some scrub safety there. This is Aincrad Online. This is SAO. I couldn't get Rivage to work, unfortunately. It was being a huge pain, so we had to swap gears for the day, unfortunately.
My doors are always open.
Okay, we bought some items, we bought some gear. Can we go on a quest, please?
Take one step out of town, and you'll be
Kirito's
outside
health
the city.
regeneration in anime was
Lots of
obtained by
monsters prowling
fighting
around.
monsters at low
It's
health.
not like in here, where safety is guaranteed.
Interesting.
Make sure you're fully prepped before heading out. Okay. Last up.
That's
the main
because he was,
terminal.
what did they call it in the,
Given it
I don't
a
know if
shot
they
yet,
called
right?
it this in the sub, but in
let's
the
head to the
dub
teleport
they had the
closet.
dumbest name
Come on.
ever, right? Like, you were in the beta, and you're a cheater, you're a beater,
about a
and that
useful
was
feature
the
they've got.
dummest,
If you use this
the
command in town,
dumbest
you can
possible
instantly
insult
teleport
they
to
could
your
have
destination.
ever
Good
come
try.
up with for the game. So we can teleport around town. So let's do a little fast travel here. Are we gonna go on a quest finally?
Right. So this is the main terminal. The biggest town on each floor has one. The really big one in the main district is called a teleport gate.
Also, speaking of ridiculous
This is
anime,
where
there's
you'll start
two
your quest.
ridiculous anime things.
Speaking of,
One,
I actually have a question.
I
I've been
started
working
Blue
on.
Lock.
Why don't we give
I'm
it a
only on
shot?
episode 1 of Blue Lock, but having a guy
In
named
that case,
Mr. Ego, whose goal is to lock 300 children in the ultimate training camp to become the best soccer player of all time to win the World Cup, is the most outrageous premise for an anime ever. And I finished Haikyuu, the volleyball anime. I finished it, so spoilers, we're going to talk about Haikyuu. It came out a long time ago, though, so it should be okay to do some spoilers for it. I'm kind of hyped for it that the anime ends in disappointment, right? Like, he doesn't win the nationals. The team doesn't get what they want. Like, it's very rare for an anime, especially a shonen anime, to not end with, and then everything was okay. You know, the world is better, or we completed the big bad quest. But like it ends in, we failed,
and there you have
but
it.
life goes on. And I think that's really, really awesome
You can instantly
that
teleport between
is
safe areas
that they were willing
from
to do
those
that.
you
It's so
encounter
hard
throughout
to
the
find a show that
So
doesn't
far,
have
so
to
good,
end with
right?
everything being in like a nice little bow wrapped up, like, oh look, everyone's happy and everything's good and
Our
the
goal
world
for
is
now
safe,
to
you know?
activate the safe area to the northwest. We
But
should
apparently
trace
there's
everything
another
from
season
powerful
coming,
along
so
the way.
we'll see if
That's
they
no
keep
excuse
it
to
that
get
way,
complacent.
but alright, I wasn't paying attention, so I don't know what my quest is at all. What are we doing out here? Weapon proficiency. The proficiency level of a weapon increases with prolonged use. Okay, so yes, so we do have to use weapons to learn them.
Let's head out.
So we're gonna go learn to use our swords real good. Go fight some slimes or something.
Take a look at the mini-map. It's blank, right?
Okay, so there's a
See
big
anything
open
in the
world to
location you
explore. I
haven't
dig
mapped out?
that.
You can do that by activating
One
the
thing I
safe
can say I
area with the
absolutely
scope
hate is if you
activation
jump
button.
over something, you
This is a
always
new
get
zone,
locked into
so
this like
all you'll
rolling
see is the marker
animation.
for the
Like,
safe area.
even if you're just
It'll
jumping
look
from
blue
a
on
regular
the map.
height,
The real joy
like
of
why
exploration
is your
is figuring
character
out how
rolling
to get
around on the ground like
Well, there are some
they
clues
just fell
right
500
under your
feet?
feet.
This is the
Paths
demo.
have
The
already
full
been
game
laid out
comes
for you.
out
All
next
you gotta do is follow them.
next month, I
time to
believe. So
focus.
this is just the Steam Next demo. Alright, so we can explore paths. If you get lost, find the path and look for the giant blue lights in the sky. Okay. Alright, so let's learn. So people were complaining about the fall damage in this game, so let's try jumping off of this and see how good or bad the fall damage is. Will I take fall damage from this? Okay, it looked like I almost took fall damage, like the controller was shaking, so that fall damage is no joke. It also wouldn't let me customize my character, and I'm hoping that's just a demo thing, because like that's gonna be a huge oversight for this game if it's supposed to be an MMO. You know, you're supposed to be playing the game and enjoying the game, and they decide to make it so that you can't customize your character, right? Like that would be the largest oversight of all time. So let's jump off this. I'm going to see how much it takes to get some fall damage here. Okay. No fall damage. We got stuck. Found $2,000 just chilling in a treasure chest, as one do. It feels like an MMO though, like the graphics, the way it plays. Like I can't fully describe it, but it feels like they did a good job. And you got those big parries like they do in the anime, where like you hit them, parry them just right, and like they slow down and they fly backwards. Like they did a great job building the world to feel like Sword Art Online. You can cut creatures in half and do like slow-mo like that. Like, it feels good. It looks good.
Look, a boar.
Creatures might be a little too weak. Like, I know this is just the beginning, but I've been one-shotting basically everything. Ooh, is that a rare? Is that... Okay, that one's a little bit stronger.
Guess that's it.
I like the world. It doesn't seem too big, too open. I would like that. I would like that like they did in the anime. There is also a death mode you can enter into, so they do fully plan on, at least once launch comes out, for you to be able to play the game 100% as if you were trapped in SAO, and if your character dies, you die for real. So there is like a full hard super death battle mode that they plan on releasing, so I'm kind of excited to maybe play through that, depending on the game. Alright, we left the quest area, so that wasn't where we were supposed to go. That's kind of a bummer. I don't know if there's going to be a free roam mode or not, but if you're on rails, maybe it's just because this is the starter quest, but if you're just on rails, that's going to be a huge bummer. Also, I did like in the menus. So when you pull up the menu, just like the game does not pause. So when you're in this menu like this, messing with your stats and looking at the tutorial, logging out, all those sort of things, monsters can still hurt you. So you like here, I'll pause. You can see that monster's still running up on me. So just like the anime, you can't just pause the game, right? Like it's an MMO, you can't just stop it. So I did like that touch. Usually I want games to pause when I go into the menu because I need to be able to step away. But in this case, I appreciate the nice touch that there is no pausing the online game. And this is just like an MMO, right? This is classic World of Warcraft right here. We're just leveling up by slaying boars, right? That is what you do. That is how you do. You slay the boars. Ooh, we got a fox beast thing here, eh? Let's Ooh, okay. We got some trouble here. And you can do team up skills like this, so go back to back, slice all the monsters in half.
Keep up the pressure.
Oh, I didn't guard right. Come on. Stop running around. Face me.
Looks rare.
Ooh. So we can try out some different weapons here. All right, well, let's try out a different weapon, right? Like, let's... sword skills. So we only have slanted edge, but... Can we equip... Maybe I think you only equip them in town, so I don't think... Yeah, I can't equip this just yet, but we did get an axe, so we can swap to being an axe user at some point. And we need to go activate the blue pillar of light over there so that we have a new safe zone.
Safe area.
Which gives you fast travel and return to town. So we can go swap our gear if we want to be an axe user. And if we rest, all monsters will respawn because they made this a Souls-like game. And now we know where all the treasure chests are.
Let's go this way.
So now we can go collect some treasure and continue on our way. All right, boar. Its eyes showed a little bit of pain there. I almost feel bad about that one. I almost looked like I actually hurt the monster. Good genre for an SAO game, honestly. So far, they're doing pretty good on this demo. Like, I think that they're making a competent, good SAO game. Though, I mean, honestly, it's begging to be made in VR, right? Like,
Guess that's it.
every SAO game is just begging to be made in an Oculus Rift, but I understand why they don't, because the second you make a game in an Oculus Rift, you immediately, like, cut out half of your player base, right? So, unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see a true VR MMO SAO. KFC is here. Good morning, KFC. Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. If y'all are like me, today is your last full day of work because we're getting Friday off due to the holiday. Because I already have Fridays off, they moved it to Thursday off for me. So I gotta go do a couple things at work tomorrow for just like an hour or two. But then I get the whole rest of the day off. So I'm very, very hyped for that.
Together.
Okay, get ready to dodge. When it howls, it does that big attack.
We can do this. Like that. Here. One down. Switch. Okay. Let go. Take this.
Dodge.
Today's our lucky day.
Another axe. Okay, apparently those foxes are just full of axes. I also like that they explode into loot. Every good game, monsters explode into giant loot pinatas for you. I feel like a true SAO VR MMO would not sell because people would spread urban legends about people dying. See, it just depends on your audience. You know, if you're targeting older people, maybe not. But like, isn't that like the whole millennial to Gen Z humor? Is, oh, the game kills you for real? Well, then sign me up. Like, I feel like that would actually be like a main selling point for at least some members of the younger generation.
We beat it.
Yeah, we beat it. You didn't do anything. I one-shot that, bro. Like, don't get too hyped. That was all me. Okay, can we do anything with this? I'm curious if the world is interactable or if it's just going to be just like a giant open collectathon, right? Like there's lots of stuff to pick up that I've found so far, and you can find treasure chests, but like, does it actually have anything to it, or is it really just a giant run around and pick, like, you know, Far Cry, like Far Cry 3, like you're just running around picking up all the herbs and skins, right? Like that's what I feel like I'm doing here. Is I see the bushes and there's lots of herbs to pick up, but is there any destinations to find? Is there any hidden treasure chests? Is there any like quests, interactable things, or is it truly just run from point A to point B and pick up all the things along the way?
Take this! Now!
There!
Let's do this!
Okay, we got a couple, did an actual good combo there. Hit this guy with level 3, hit him with the sword skill. We'll go back to back on him. We ranked up enemies scale to a certain point. Okay. That's nice. I like enemy scaling. I like things not immediately being pointless. Coup de grace this guy.
Something rare.
The Decapitator.
Guess that's all settled.
Okay. But it does look like the world is just gonna be...
A wolf type. Keep close to
kinda empty. Then again, it is just the demo, so maybe there will be more to it, but I do feel like it is just a vast emptiness. It looks nice. I also like, you know, that you got up in the sky, you can kind of see like the video game effect to it. You can see that you're in a game. I like that. But I do wish there was a little bit more in the world, a little bit more interactivity. You know, they've given you a big open world. Let me do something instead. Big open world. I also like that I can parry. Usually, when it comes to Dark Souls games and such, my parry skills suck. So the fact that I can pull off a parry feels good. Feels good that I'm not that terrible at this. I heard something howling at me. There you are. Ooh.
a safe area.
What'd you get over here? A boar. Okay. And we're going towards the blue light. We're almost there. What do we got? What do we got here? Pretty rare for open world games to have genuinely content rich. Yeah, that is true. Was it when The Witcher 3 came out, they said that they wanted something to catch the player's attention like every 6 seconds or something, where they wanted you to be like, oh, what's over here? Oh, what's that? What's this? Like, they put so much in there, but like The Witcher 3 did it well.
Let's go this way.
Skyrim obviously did it well, but it is very hard to do well. Let's see, so there's a magic seal over there. Okay, so this says that there's side quests, magic seals, treasure chests, others, arcs. So it does look like maybe this is just because it's like the first area, there's not as much of that, but it does look like there is the intent to have some of that out here. So it does look like maybe as we get to higher levels and stuff, the world will get a little bit more filled out with that.
We beat it.
So that is good news. That is good news.
Well, at least we get Guess that's all settled.
All right, we did a little exploring. Let's see what's in a treasure chest. We got might crystals, increase your attack power for 60 seconds. Okay. Now we need to get back on the road and finish the quest. I do love that feeling, though, both in The Witcher and Skyrim, just wandering around and getting lost in the, wow, what's this over here? What's this over here? What can I do with that? And you feel like you're getting distracted from the main quest. Fallout's really good for that too, right? But exactly as you said, right? Like when's the last time a Fallout game came out, right? Like they're saying we're not going to get Fallout 5 until 2032 at this point. So
It's no match for us.
you can either have a big empty world or you can have a full world, but you have to wait 10 years to get the game. Which would you rather? And like honestly, a big empty world isn't a huge problem if you allow modders into your game, right? Like if you let the modders do their thing, they can add infinite amount of content. But it's also like I like when modders can change games, but I also understand why people say it's lazy to make the modders do all the work for you. Like, oh well, we won't put quests in, but the modders will put the quests in, right? Okay, status effects. They're imbued with status ailments. So this guy is a poison element, apparently. Oh no, he's a frozen element. Okay. Okay, he is hard to dodge. Okay, hit him with sword skill.
Together.
Okay, I'm bad. We're learning this. I don't know that if we blocked, I don't know if blocking that actually gave me anything there.
Iori,
I got this.
I don't know I can block his horribly tornado attacks. Yeah, that's like your ultimate move. Like it's clear that they have like they want you to team up. They want you to use team up abilities and such because they do a bunch of damage. This is also why I should be using things like those crystals that we found that increase my damage temporarily because this guy is kicking my butt. We almost got him though. We got him. And bosses, this is the second boss I fought that have a lot of stages. So we broke off his horns, and now he's gonna fight differently, which we saw in the anime, right? Like a couple of the bosses Kirito fight, like they would change their weapons mid-combat, things like that. So I'm very, very hyped to see that. I'm very hyped to see like the bosses have multiple stages. They switch up their fight style. Like that is gonna be a lot of fun. So. Bosses very often have multiple health bars and multiple ways you have to fight them, which I super appreciate when it shakes it up like that. Oh, I did not dodge that. Healing potion. Boom! Even my ally's getting his butt kicked here. One more hit. One more. That's all we gotta do. One more hit here. And our weapon proficiency increased. Okay. We are now slightly better with swords. Does this mean we have a new sword skill, maybe?
Guess that's all settled. We
do. We have vertical slash now. Dealing a little bit more damage. All right, we are sorting good. We have that is now our new ability. Our new not magic ability.
Whew, not far now.
And when you rest, all enemies respawn, but we will also get our healing crystals back. So I'm glad that I brought some healing potions along. That was definitely helpful to have some healing potions. Okay, got a level up, got some gear. Should we try the axe next or the rapier? We got quite a few different weapons. We should play with some of the different weapons and see what we got here.
Nice one. We got a pretty decent look around. That seemed easier than the ruins, didn't it? You and I make a damn good team. So, How about sticking with me a little longer? There's somewhere I want to check out.
Made bison burgers last
That
night. My
safe
hair
area we
smells
just
like meat
passed?
and it's sickening.
There's a fairly big forest at its center. Apparently, it's home to some
Like
unique
actual, like
monsters.
made out of bison, or is this like a Buffalo Wild Wings where it's called Buffalo, but it's not
It was a
actually
kind of scouting mission.
not actually Buffalo?
Already accepted the quest, so all you gotta do is follow along. Worth a shot, right?
I also, Emmy made chicken noodle soup, and there was a restaurant near us that made a birria pizza that I wanted to try. So I ate meat twice in a row, and I have never felt worse. So appears my vegetarianism has evolved into the next level
But if it's as difficult as they
vegetarianism,
say,
where
we'll need a plan of
eating
some
meat,
sort.
my body doesn't
Strength
like it
alone
anymore.
won't
So
cut
I've
it.
reached the point where I don't think I just, even if I want to eat meat, I think I'm going to avoid it because I feel so terrible after eating meat. So I have reached the next level of vegetarianism.
If you've got some coin.
Actual bison. What's actual bison taste like? I don't think I've ever actually eaten bison.
Rumored monster hideouts and counter skills. All yours for the low, low price of 20,000 core.
20,000? Are you selling intel or gold?
Quite the bargain, no? Compared to the amount of time you'd spend chasing
That
your
person's
tail, this is dirt cheap.
their little whisker paint reminds me of
Although, truth be told,
if you play the Dot
I'm
Hack
interested in
games, I
that
can't remember the
too.
main character of Dot Hack, but it reminds me that he has the same things on him.
Scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
It all tastes the same. I just bought them because they were cheaper. That is the go-to move when we're dealing with
Word travels fast.
the economy, right? Like you say, okay, I want to eat some protein tonight, so whatever protein is on sale is whatever we're eating. So, oh, the pork chops are on sale, get the pork chops. If the chicken's on sale, get the chicken.
Not 20,000.
But
Seems
you know,
suspicious,
tofu,
though.
you can always get yourself a nice little jar of tofu for like $1, and that's good, cheap,
You're
good
looking for
protein.
info. And having another party member couldn't hurt.
And just throw a scoop of chili oil on it or something, and boom. Cheap protein, no meat required.
Hold on! We're talking it over! Screw it. Let's add her to the party. We're bound to fail if we charge in without a plan. We've got nothing to lose if the intel's free. We're cool with this, right?
Sure. Why not? Why not add a random? In the very beginning, we almost got ginked by player killers, so adding random strangers to the party does not seem like the worst idea ever. Just let random strangers stab us in the back.
Katie, I'll wait for you at the western safe area. Come find me when you're ready. to
Sounds
get this
miserable.
party started.
Tofu is misunderstood. People think tofu is miserable, but it's actually really good
If she really has info, then it won't
if
hurt
you
to
prep it
hear her out.
right. Like pouring curry powder on it. Or chili oil, chili crunch, Momofuku chili crunch. Delicious. Let's teleport. What game is this? This is Echoes of Aincrad. Is a Sword Art Online game that is coming out soon. It is on Steam Next Fest demo right now. Alright, new weapons. So we've got a rapier we can do. We've got daggers we can use. We've got a giant bonk stick we can use. We've got the giant greatsword we can use, or the big axe. Let's try some axe usage here, yeah? Never hurts to have a big axe. Let's increase our vitality, our strength, and our endurance. Alright. Leveled up. Check our database really quick. I don't mind chili. Chili Crisp is good. What do you got against Chili Crisp? A really good Chili Crisp is super enjoyable. Okay. So now we need to, where did Argo go? She said she was going to be by the entrance. Off we go. It does look like you get multiple partners too, so it looks like you can choose different allies who do different things if you want to. I just don't buy you. How do you make it? How do you make a good chili crunch? Teach us the ways, Dex. I would like to make a good chili
I
crunch.
take it you're ready then?
Yeah.
Like a sriracha chili crunch. The only two SAO games I enjoyed is Lost Song and SAO versus Accel World. I have never played an SAO game before. I'm not a huge SAO fan. Like I said, I really like the anime for like the first 5 episodes. I enjoyed what they were building, but the second they introduced Yue and started doing the Mama, Dada, Ooh, chili sandwich. As soon as they went down that path, I was like, okay, this is gonna turn cringe to the max. And the fact that they went like half harem anime where every girl just inexplicably falls in love with Kirito and he's just the super overpowered, like, it's all the things I don't like in the isekai genre. So SAO fell off fast for me, but the game's so far pretty good.
It'll cost you 10,000 coal if you want to hear any more than that.
It's always about
All right, that went super well, even though I didn't really do anything.
You can't browse the internet in here, so information is everything.
Yeah. But 10,000? That's insane.
The other knockoff series, what like the second part where they went into Gunslinger series, where they went into a whole different game. Okay, don't get stung by the bee. I'm guessing that will give us poison. We have an antidote, but we don't want to get poisoned. Okay.
Guess that's it.
The axe is exactly as you thought it would be. The axe is a little bit slower, does a little bit more damage, has some different moves. But since we're not trained in axes, we also don't have all of our other skills, so... Let's see. We need to go across the bridge up here, it looks like. It's not art or anything, but I don't hate it. Yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the best. It's just...
Up ahead is
I would try, like, it's okay starter anime. Like, if you've never watched anime before, like, it does introduce you to a lot of tropes, and, like, it's easy to watch. So, like, it's good there, but, like, even if someone's like, I've never watched anime before, what should I watch first? I wouldn't recommend SAO. For, like, SAO, it is okay, but, like, you're much better off going with something like Full Metal Alchemist, right? Alright, so here's like is this like a random boss fight? It is, okay.
I collected info from players who tried and failed this quest, and carefully analyzed the
Ooh,
results.
okay, that guy shoots fireballs, good to know.
Bloodbaths are the ones who actually beat it, but you won't find many of those guys.
Alright, someone do something, someone help me.
Right. Guess it doesn't make much sense for skilled players to stick around out here.
Still, I was itching to try this quest
Okay,
before the
maybe
end
not,
of the
maybe
game.
not. We're on fire.
That's
Can
why I
we
reached out to you.
roll to put it out? Does look like we can roll to put out the fire.
As long as we get the information.
The game I want is based on the anime Overlord. I've seen like the first season of Overlord, but it's turning into the same thing for me that I dislike with the isekai genres. It looks like it just turns into a harem anime pretty fast, and I don't like harem anime. Like, it's not my cup of tea. So one that I did enjoy though, in like the sort of isekai genre, I'm not sure you'd call it actual isekai, is The Devil is a Part-Timer. I did enjoy the Devil is a Part-Timer.
Switch with me.
Got it.
Together.
right, let's take it down. It's not harem, isn't it though? Like, isn't there like 4 or 5 women who all are just madly in love with the Izai Ghoul? I was the only person I know who liked the Gun-Gale arc. I don't remember Shion. I didn't make it that far, mostly because when we first got introduced to the Gun-Gale arc, it was still in subtitle only, and I am one of those people who only watches the dubs, so I had to wait for it to be dubbed for me.
Huh? Hold up a sec.
What's wrong?
I've heard a rumor about this area. About a mystery monster.
A mystery monster? What is it?
Can't give you any details, because nobody's actually seen it.
All right, what is the
And yet
mystery
somehow
monster?
You're convinced that it spawns around here? Maybe it's super small. Or maybe it only attacks from a distance.
Or maybe it doesn't exist.
It really doesn't seem like there's anything here. Are you sure this is where it spawns? You might want to check your...
The A+ voice acting right there. That was incredible.
Just tripped, that's all.
Incredible voice
Wait a
acting.
sec, Argo. Did you see what that was? What did it do to me?
I'm pretty sure that monster just used steel on you. Better check to see if you've lost
Gun-Gale is
anything.
sort of unique. Then the Lens spinoff was alright, but hard to watch near the end.
Oh God, you're right.
It stole his entire inventory.
Inventory?
We'll need to stay on our toes.
My phone just sent me a Gemini notification. Gross. Yeah, Google is going all in on
Hang on, but what about
attaching
my stuff?
Gemini
Get it
to
back from the
everything.
leaf
The
store.
whole
It should still be somewhere
I hate it. Like I'm this close to swapping to what's it, like DuckDuckGo, people are saying is a real search engine, because I don't like that when I Google something I immediately get an AI response first. I'm not a fan of that, so Google's just about reached my limit of how much I will tolerate out of them. All right, let's go find. I'm guessing it's going to be YouTube now uses Gemini. It's inescapable, unfortunately, right? Like
markings. It appears we've stumbled into a monster.
everyone is just going to continue to put AI in everything as long as it is a fully functional and usable buzzword. We are going to hear about AI nonstop for the foreseeable future until it stops being a corporate buzzword. Oh, that was cool. My axe turns into like a buzzsaw chainsaw sort of thing. Okay, we dig that. We dig that axe move. I want it to end so I can get affordable PC parts. Yes, very much that is the truth. Amazon uses searches, and I am also, I think this is finally the month that I give up my Amazon Prime membership. Nothing good comes out of Amazon Prime, and I am ready to give up Amazon. Yes, it's convenient, but there's just so much I disagree with on Amazon that I think it is only right that I quit supporting it. So I think this is the month that I finally am able to cut ties to Amazon Prime and get rid of it. Alright, the mole man is sinking into the earth.
Hey, get back here! It ran away with my stuff again.
Apparently it just ran away.
See, looks like it flees after losing a certain amount of HP. That coincides with what I heard, more or less.
The worst thing coming out of the AI right now, and you know, this sounds like conspiracy theories, but
Come on!
there's no doubt to me that the technology is either there or will be there soon. For like, they're talking about like when you step into Walmart, it'll have cameras on you that gauge like your mood and all that, and they can surge price your groceries as appropriate. So the example they use is like, your kid picks up a box of cereal and is really excited, like, Mom, I really want the Fruit Loops. So then the AI sees that and says, oh, wow, your child really wants Fruit Loops, let's increase the cost of said Fruit Loops by
Information's important.
$1.50. You're going to pay more for those because you know that you want them to make your kid happy.
You really have to
And
stop with
that's-
the breeze? I thought you wanted your
That
stuff
is the
back.
dystopian future we are running towards for sure. For sure. I only have, because of family members, I get my shows and movies off of pirate websites. We do not support piracy here. We are firmly against piracy. It is my belief that if you can't afford to pay for a show, then you simply go without the show. And if you don't want to support, like if the show is only on Amazon,
Hasn't changed.
well then you either say I don't want to support Amazon, so I'm not going to get that show, or you support Amazon and get the show, right? No one needs a TV show to live, so we're better off voting with our dollar and saying I don't like Amazon, so I'm just not going to watch the show at all.
Guess that's all settled.
No, Dex, no, we cannot tell other people to you do you. We must do our part to try and make the world a better place. And no piracy, in my opinion, would make the world a better place.
Guess that's it.
It's the same thing like with Nintendo, right? People hate Nintendo, but they want to play the games, but they don't want to support Nintendo, so they pirate all the games. Like, well, if you don't want to support Nintendo, then just have nothing to do with them, right? Like, isn't that a more effective way to show that you don't support the business, is to not do any business with them at all? That is a big enemy there. Ooh, he's got quite the health bar. Okay, he's gonna be tough. Poison attacks. Let's get rid of that other boar really fast so we can focus more on this guy. Where's those other boars?
And quiet.
I have heard that they in like their museums and stuff that they use emulators and such. So I have heard that about Nintendo. But also like them using an emulator of their own game that they own, there's no problem with that, right? They have a right to emulate their own games since they own the rights to those games. So I don't see that as an issue.
Looks rare.
All right.
Beat it.
That bee was a monster. Let's before we continue on, let's head over to the save point so we can get our
Okay. Once more with
healing
you.
crystals, because we're doing poorly here. We need to heal up a little bit. I've used all my healing potions. If this was in death game mode, we'd probably go back to town, because running around with no potions is not the way to live. What's your opinion on the upcoming Power World lawsuit? I don't know a whole lot about the Power World lawsuit. My understanding of it is that Nintendo is suing them because they believe that they own, like, copyright the
this way.
mechanics to, like, summoning creatures out of a ball, which seems very much like a stretch. But I don't know, because it's also set in Japan, right? And like Japanese copyright law and all that is way different than American copyright law, right? So it's a whole different ball game over there. So I don't really know too much about it. I want Power World to win for if nothing else, because Pokemon hasn't been good since like Ruby and Sapphire. So somebody else needs to come out here and start making some creature collecting, monster collecting games to put Nintendo in their place. To make Nintendo actually worry and say, wow, maybe if we make a non-subpar product now, people will come back to Pokemon. Because the way it stands right now, their games they've been shoveling out for Pokemon have not been good at all. So I would like to see a little bit of competition to force them into maybe making better decisions, but I don't think they're actually too worried about it, considering that there are people who will buy every Pokemon game regardless, right? and they'll buy both versions of the game regardless. So I don't think they're overly worried about it. I also saw that apparently Winds and Waves isn't set to come out until next year, which is kind of a bummer. I thought we were going to get a Pokemon Winds and Waves this year, but apparently it's not until next year, so a whole year until the next one.
Way, they think.
There's never going to be competition. A game came out not long ago. I'm trying to think of what it's called, but people said that there was a new Pokemon-esque creature collector game that wasn't too bad that just came out.
Okay.
Also, speaking of which, I got a notification that Pokemon Champions for my phone is out now, so I'm kind of excited to see what Pokemon Champions looks like on my mobile phone. I'm guessing it'll be a huge disappointment, but you know, we try and build the hype up. Okay, hit it with a big skill. Get headbutted. I keep forgetting its name. I'll have to check. Indie games are becoming better, the new norm. And friend slop. I do very much despise the friend slop genre. That being said, the Mecha Chameleon game, I'm getting so many ads for Mecha Chameleon, and that game does begrudgingly look like a lot of fun. So I am tempted to buy the Mecha Chameleon game. It has been looking like a lot of fun.
You ready? We beat it.
Maybe we should get the Catholic Gamer Views team, or like P Tony. Maybe P Tony can get enough people together that we can play a Catholic round of Mecha Chameleon, because it does look like a bundle of fun. But it also it looks like the kind of game that gets hyped up for 2 weeks. Everyone's talking about, everyone's playing it, and then in a week and a half, once everyone's farmed all their clips off of it, like the game's gonna die and no one's ever gonna talk about it again.
Chest over there.
You know, so like I kind of feel like as soon as I buy the game is when it's gonna die and no one's ever gonna talk about it ever again.
Okay, let's do this.
So I'm a little hesitant because of that.
I can almost certainly do the same thing as last.
Going down. Okay.
Wow, I can't believe I dodged that. He said as he didn't dodge it. But like the climbing game that everyone played for a long time, and was it called like Peak, with like all the campers and stuff, like that got clip farmed into oblivion, and then everyone stopped playing it after like 3 weeks. There was one that I was kind of hoping it was like a goblin dungeon cleanup crew that looked like, but it turned into friend slop. It was like, hey, this game is really cool if you've got 4 friends who want to play it all the time, but we're never going to update it, and the whole point of the game is make your own fun. And that seems like the lazy way that they're developing games now. Is like, well, why should we invest in making the game fun when you can just get all your friends together and you make it fun by playing with your
Do it
friends?
alone. You want to act like a solo player?
Yes, more Steam Workshop. I would very much appreciate more Steam Workshop.
You want to know why we're here? That'll be
Getting
a
Over It
fun
looks like fun. I have considered doing a Getting Over It stream. I have thought about doing a stream for that game,
Or search for that monster, no? After all,
but
it's
I do not
fun,
think I would
so
ever
it's
beat that
impressive.
game.
Everything has a price tag in her world, huh?
Alright, did a good parry there. Did not do a good parry there. Brutal.
Guess that's all settled.
Like, I love having Baldur's Gate 3 and like the Steam Workshop to easily just put mods on the Baldur's Gate 3 has been a lot of fun. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, I heard a rumor that I really, really, really hope is true, that allegedly, because Baldur's Gate 3 did so good, they are looking at doing a Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 complete remake remaster. And that I'm here for. I loved Baldur's Gate 2, so I'm pretty sure it's just called Up. I think that's just what the game is called, Dex, is called Up. I'm pretty sure that's the whole point of the game, is they're supposed to be horrible but entertaining to watch and full of rage bait. The worst part of getting over it with Benny Foddy, though, has to be Pirate Software. Like, I'm so glad that he's been exposed and that people see him for who he is, but I hate dealing with his smugness. Annoys me to no end. But listening to him talk about getting over it, where he's like, I'm the master of getting over it. You see, I play, and I play with no emotion, and it makes my chat so mad, which gets me more money because I'm so smart that I figured out how to play this game with no emotion. Like, I hate his smugness. What's your opinion on the new Steam user interface? What is there a new Steam interface? I haven't noticed. I don't really go into Steam all that much. Like, I access, like, to play my game library every now and then, but I don't really peruse Steam all that much, I guess. I haven't noticed anything new.
Switch with me. I've got this.
Knock him down. They changed the workshop. Oh, I haven't accessed the workshop in a while because I haven't played Baldur's Gate in a while. So that would be why I haven't seen that. Lately, my free time's been playing World of Warcraft, so... Though I'm kind of excited for, I saw that there is a, Aeon 2 is coming out here soon, and of course we've been talking about Guild Wars 3 coming out here soon, so I'm excited to see that, like, people are still trying to make MMOs.
Perhaps.
So I'm kind of hyped that we're gonna get a new generation of MMOs to put Blizzard
Honestly.
on the defensive to come out here and make some good games.
The most we can do for now is continue.
So I'm definitely gonna try Aeon 2. I'm definitely gonna play Guild Wars 3. I'm old enough I enjoy MMOs. I've kind of been having a hankering to go play Final Fantasy XIV again, but I'm pretty sure my want to play Final Fantasy XIV is deeply rooted in wanting to play Triple Triad. Which, I mean, who can blame me? Triple Triad was the best part of Final Fantasy VIII, without a doubt. I'm glad they added it to Final Fantasy XIV, but they really just need to make a Triple Triad standalone game. Like, with how well Hearthstone's done, how well Pokemon's done, how well Magic the Gathering is done, like, if they released a Triple Triad on Steam, that game would do numbers. What game is this? This is the new demo for the new Sword Art Online game that is coming out next month. I think it's called Echoes of Aincrad. It is based on the beta for Sword Art Online, so it is before Kirito. It is before the events of the anime. You're playing in the beta before it became a death game. I want them to add the rest of the Halo games to the Halo collection on Steam. I want Bayonetta 2 on Steam. I've never played Bayonetta, and I know it's going to be deeply unpopular. I'm not a huge fan of Halo. Like, I understand how, like, the campaign was super good at the time for people, but I don't see a reason to go and play Halo in 2026. Wish it was on Switch. It might be coming to Switch. You know, the Switch 2 they've been getting some good games, third-party support on Switch 2, so I don't see why this couldn't go on Switch 2. Like, it's not particularly taxing, I don't feel like. So I don't see why they couldn't put this game on Switch 2.
Guess that's all settled.
Bayonetta 2 is one of the most fun games I've ever played. Bayonetta is one of those series that I do regret missing. I've heard a lot of good things about Bayonetta 2, and I missed out on Bayonetta 2. Ooh.
Got it.
Come on. One more hit. A little bit more stamina.
And quiet.
Looks rare.
Okay, so she's a dagger user, and it appears the dagger gives you, like, critical weak points to hit, so daggers could be useful. Warframe DCUO. I liked Warframe, but I didn't like the aspect of Warframe where it's like, hey, congratulations hitting max level. Now D-level, D-power, and start all over again. I really didn't like that aspect of it, so that really took me out of it. I don't think I played Sunset Overdrive. Alright, I think we can safely say I do not like the axe. I do not think I am an axe user. So I think rapiers are usually my weapon. I like fast, speedy weapons. I also think rapiers are the coolest weapons ever, so probably gonna swap to the rapier after this. Not saying the axe is bad, but it's not my favorite playstyle. Insomniac should do something outside the superhero genre. They should, but they won't. Like,
Eyes of our target
they're
now?
printing money.
You have a great son. Let's hope
You have great weapon taste.
because that would mean your stuff
I'm a sucker for,
Victor Gold the spoils.
like, peak pirate fantasy, right? That's what I'm a sucker for. Give me long flowing overcoats and fine gold and a rapier and a flintlock pistol. Like, that is peak weapons for me. This is basically Monster Hunter. I would put this more like I would put this closer to like a Souls-like than Monster Hunter, even though apparently there's a lot of debate on whether or not Monster Hunter is a Souls-like, but
Wasn't the boss?
Souls-like without the difficulty, which is actually, that was actually going to be my next video I was going to make, was on people were arguing on if, like, there's this new game coming out and someone said, wow, this is a Souls-like game, and like, well, how so? And like, well, you've got a dodge parry mechanic, you've got when you rest it resets monsters, you've got a limited potion system, like, and when you die you lose your souls, you have to go pick them back up. It's a Souls-like game, and someone said no, the only thing that makes a Souls-like game is difficulty. So the question is, if a game is incredibly easy, can it still be considered a Souls-like, or is the insane difficulty a prerequisite for being a Souls-like game? I think that's an interesting discussion. Does the game have to be difficult to be Souls-like? Because I personally don't think so. I do think like the dodge parry mechanic and the loss of souls on death, those sort of things are what makes it a Souls-like, but apparently some people feel the difficulty is what makes it a Souls-like game. Alright, let's hit it with a big move. Back to back. Speaking of back to back, we need a army of two. They need to make a Army of Two, either a new Army of Two or an Army of Two remake, because Army of Two was such a good game, and it's such a shame that it's just gone now, that no one talks about Army of Two ever again. I want an Army of Two remake. Ninja Gaiden was a thing way before Souls-like games. That is true. That is true. Which would be a point in saying that it's not the difficulty, it's the other mechanics, the limited potions, the rest sites, all that. I also stand by that is the worst thing that about Dark Souls, is that it created the Souls-like genre, and the whole gaming landscape got spammed with garbage Souls-like games.
Oh, thank God.
drop some nice items, too.
For me, Souls-like games have to fit the theme of Souls-like game, while it has a game based on player skill and having limitations.
Yourselves pretty well. You make a great team. And those were some nasty enemies. Explains why so few have cleared this place. I might even revise my ratings of you both.
You know it's going to be a Souls-like game if it has an absolutely garbage tier story that relies on, if you were smarter, you would understand the subtle intricacies of the story that it's trying to tell, as if they didn't hold a contest saying, hey, if any of you can figure out what the heck we're trying to say here or make sense of this, we'll give you something. Like, oh, it's so esoteric and hard to understand. All right, quest complete for
I
Argo.
managed to fill some of the gaps in my intel. I think I owe you a little extra as thanks.
I thought
Did
were
you
all
know
about
One
earning
Piece is
money,
20
not
years
giving
old?
it away.
Crow,
This isn't one of those loans, is it?
we
Some
almost
shady
made
way
it.
to
We
get us in your
almost
pocket.
made it through an entire stream
Now, that's not
without
very
having to
nice.
put on
I always trade info for
the
fair
bad
prices,
opinion
whether that be
glasses.
buying or selling. Either way, I'll make a killing.
Welcome
with
to the
things
bad
after
opinion
that.
glasses. I did know One Piece is 20 years old, and One Piece
Okay,
is
you're
the
absolutely
single
planning
worst
It's
anime
nothing like that, trust me.
manga to exist.
All right. Whatever you
I
say.
absolutely
Speaking of
despise
plans,
One
why don't we
Piece
keep in touch?
with every fiber of my being I can. The characters are annoying, the art is hard to look at. No story needs to be that
already
long.
sounds
If
like trouble.
if One Piece actually had a
Will come
good
handy,
story,
so.
they could have told the story in like
And we have
100
ourselves a deal.
chapters, right? Like the fact that they insist
Better
that
make sure
One
I
Piece
don't.
needs 1,200 chapters to tell a story is just
Well,
absolutely
with that out of the way,
mind-boggling.
let's meet up again at the main entrance.
It's awful. Just
For your next
just
assignment, of
awful.
course. We made a deal, remember?
What's your opinion on the Elden Ring movie? I'm not hyped for it. I didn't like Elden Ring. I don't like Dark Souls. I don't like Elden Ring. I don't like any of that. So like,
Just a
I'm not
handful of
hyped
really
for it,
strong
but if
players.
even if it goes for like mindless action, right? Like if they just decide, hey,
And
this is
that's
gonna
what
have
I
no
see
story.
from Mercenary.
There's going to be no point to this movie. It's just going to look really pretty, and we're going to have huge, epic boss fights.
Well, she
Okay,
is kinda
I'm fine with that, right? Like,
You can't help
if they
but
just
like
want to make a mindless action movie with really cool choreographed fights and great graphics, go for it. I'll enjoy that. I'll enjoy that for what it is. Not every movie needs to be Citizen Kane, right? Oh yeah, the live action One Piece is even worse, but One Piece as a whole is pretty bad. Soul-like games make the story seem super obtuse, and the only thing underneath is my parents made me go to church on Sunday as a kid, and that made me an oppressed victim. I am very, very sick of hearing the term religious trauma, and we're like, wow, that sounds really intense. What was your religious trauma? And it ends up being, well, I had to go to religious camp, and I really didn't want to. Okay, like I can get how that could be frustrating. Maybe I could get how that would be a not optimal experience, but to call it religious trauma seems a little unfair to people who have actually experienced,
Overall,
actual
there's that.
religious trauma.
So, what can I do you for?
Fairy Tail is 20 years old. I'm 31. Do the math. How old was I? So, does that mean Fairy Tail came out in like... I'd be what, like 97? I've never given Fairy Tail a chance. I felt like I missed the boat to watch Fairy Tail, so I have missed out on Fairy Tail. I should watch that one at some point. But now I've got to finish Blue Lock. Like, I've invested in Blue Lock. I want to finish Blue Lock. So that's what we're going to finish first is Blue Lock. Okay, ooh, increases the invincibility window. Yes, please. Give me more iframes. Absolutely. Okay. Let's synthesize a better... Okay. Slightly better weapon.
Come again.
All right, let's try out the rapier. Can I just leave town and go try out the weapon, or do I have to do a quest? Like, can I just free roam? Is there a free roam? Off we go.
Oh, that was fast. You must have been raring to go.
Yes, I am. I want to try my new rapier out.
Very well. The dungeon I want you to raid is called Teardrop Cave.
Ooh, a dungeon.
Thing is, there's no intel on it. The
Also,
location's a
I'm getting a
complete mystery.
lot of
So we have to
stuff
find it
for
first. Got it.
Dead by Daylight.
And sadly, I won't be joining you. I've got
I
some other
really
business
want to
attend
love Dead by Daylight. Like, the atmosphere of the game is great. The
Hard enough
gameplay
to require a party of
looks
4,
good.
yeah. Meaning
But that
you're
community,
too
the Dead by Daylight community
Serious?
is
This is your
such
task, you know.
garbage
Calm down. I've already put a notice out on the
that
bulletin board.
I almost only want to play the game with, like, people I know in Discord, right? They're so toxic. The fact
What
that
a
people have been, like,
surprise.
doxxed and swatted
Not
because
anyone's
someone didn't
interested in
follow their
someone
made-up
runs
rules about, like,
and
oh, well,
just
you
doesn't
can't,
hate his
you
enemies.
can't tunnel me.
Now, don't get all huffy.
All right, Crow, thank you for hanging out. See you next time.
I hope
Yeah, you're
so.
not allowed to put me
I'm
on the hook
interested in
twice
this
in a row.
mystery
It's an
dungeon.
unwritten rule that you have to play this way and you have to do this. Like, the fact that there's a whole, like, Wikipedia of unwritten rules that you have to go and look up before you can even play the game. The toxicity of the game is so bad. But I want to play it.
I
Like,
don't think anyone's
the
gonna
Huntress
show
is
up.
so cool.
Listen,
The Spring
I
Trap
really
is so
need
cool.
to
Like,
go
there's so much
inside.
cool stuff, but
Let's call it a day.
it's a bit pay to win. Is it? I know they've been adding tons and tons of survivors and stuff.
Excuse me. I'm
I would
looking
think
for
a
Argo.
religious victim is something like being smacked by a ruler from a nun or a typical church choir boy scenario. That would definitely be
You found her.
a more
looking for
appropriate
raid
use of the word
Oh.
trauma than having to go to church
I'll
or
take that as a yes.
go to a church summer
are
camp. And don't
so
get me
good.
wrong, it exists right
I
there.
am.
Like the
For
the
now.
extreme, like the extreme
Hey, wait.
Protestants we have in our country, like the really, really, really extreme evangelicals, like there has to be
You're
some form of trauma you
famous
get from
cow.
growing up with some of that,
Famous is pushing
without a
it.
doubt. But
Yes. My
it's one
name
of
is
those things
Cal.
where like words have no meaning anymore, right? Where
High elven
the
ruins
internet
alone?
overuses words. Like the next
That would
word,
be
the
me,
next
yes.
word that I'm gonna get sick of hearing, I guarantee,
Is it really
is gonna
that
be
impressive?
slop. Because we have
Anyways,
AI slop. Okay,
will we
fair
be
enough.
leaving for the raid
3D
soon?
printed slop.
You'll need
Okay,
another player first.
fair enough.
I've got other business
Friend
to attend
slop.
to.
Well, we
Okay,
have 3,
yeah,
so
fair enough. But
I think
now
it's good
people are
enough.
calling
The harvest
everything
tight, so let's
slop.
just get going.
Like
Is
that
the
word is
part
gonna
about
get
the
so
difficulty?
overused so
can
fast.
cover
I'm
two.
calling it now. I'm gonna
Problem
be
solved, right?
sick
I mean,
of hearing the
guess
word
so.
slop
If
by the end of the
rumors
year.
about him are true, you shouldn't run into any trouble.
I know what this means.
Connor,
Trust me,
I have
Grace.
no idea what you're trying to ask. When you
Fine.
realizing your
For
makeup
sure.
tutorial, I do not wear makeup. My face is just this
I'll go
flawless
next
and
since we're short.
contoured
You can have
naturally.
all the drops. How's that sound?
Some of the
Good
characters
enough.
can only be unlocked with DLC and Dead
I'm
by Daylight, but
confused.
are those characters better?
Argo
Are the
just wants the
DLC
information
characters
together.
stronger than
The
base
rewards are
characters?
ours. All right, that works for me too.
Then it's
If they
settled.
are, then that is definitely a little bit of pay to
Good luck
win.
info hunting.
Also, I don't know how I made this leap from Dead by Daylight and makeup,
Well,
but did you all
worst that could
see
happen. Not like
the
we'll be
announcement
penalized
that
if we made it
Romania, Transylvania is going to do a
That's the spirit.
Draculand?
Let's go.
They're investing $1.5 billion allegedly into building a horror themed town, that the entire town is going to be a tourist attraction dedicated to all things Dracula. If that is real,
Hey, Cal.
if that comes to be, I am excited for. I want to go to Dracula Land so bad. Like forget Disneyland. Let's all go to Draculaland.
Well, I was fairly particular with my look. I wanted it to reflect the real.
Okay, yeah. The rapier is for sure my weapon. Much faster dodging. Those attacks were very fast and pinpoint. We've got it here. Yes to rapier.
Nothing. Let's give
Just in time for also next month is my birthday, and as a part of that, we are getting the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, and I am so hyped for it. They got rid of all the annoying Desmond parts. It looks better. I am here for it. Yes, please give me Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. I don't think a little rouge would hurt. My cheeks are already naturally way too red. I've got natural blush on. I don't need any rouge. Plus, makeup is way too expensive. Like, I'm not even gonna get into the whole Catholicism and makeup and wearing other gender clothes. Like, just from a standpoint of makeup is far too expensive. Like I do not want to get into makeup because I do not want to have to spend $10 on a piece of makeup that's specifically for the under part of your left eye, right? Like that. No, makeup is far too expensive. I just got into airsoft. Like I can't afford another expensive hobby. What's up with my character's hairstyle? I look like I have a bowl cut. You'll hate the fact that they add skibbity as an official word in the dictionary, which means cool, bad, or nothing. You know, I've had this rant before. I know Dex is tired of hearing it. I understand words change, so like I'm not mad that skibbity is in the dictionary because I understand that words change over time. Like I understand that. The word that I hate that changed the meaning is rage bait. I really hate that rage bait has turned from someone intentionally doing things to anger people to just any action that can be perceived as frustrating as rage bait. I hate that change. Skibbity being a word, like I'm not super against it, and like it's one of those things where we can take it back. Like, I'm pretty sure the younger generation isn't saying skibbity all that much anymore, but, like, all you have to do, if you want kids to stop saying a word, all we have to do is take it back, right? Like, the youth will stop saying skibbity riz if I'm out here interjecting it into my daily language, right? So, it's just a matter of reclaiming the words.
It's no match for us.
Like...
They shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
If we just start saying like, wow, everyone, you need to get Grand Theft Auto 6, it's so skibbity riz toilet, it'll only be a matter of days before the youth stops saying those words because it has become old people lingo. Or like if we invent a Facebook style website, and you know how like, oh, I'm gonna post a tweet or I'm gonna post a post, no. You have to skibbity a toilet, right? That is how we take back the word. Like, no, this isn't Twitter. This is, well, I can't say what would be the perfect word for it, but you've got to skibbity a toilet, and that's what you call posting. Like, it would die so fast. I don't want to brag, but I am a bit of the Rizzler. Like,
Guess that's it.
my wife is absolutely wonderful, beautiful, intelligent, caring. She is absolutely perfect. And I pulled her while I was at the worst of my life. I was 400 pounds with bad teeth and all sorts of things wrong with me. So I must have had some sort of game to win that. So, you know, I do have a little bit of Riz, as the kids say.
Guess that's all settled.
Being 80 years old and saying skibbity is an insane future. That is where we're heading. We are heading towards a future where my generation will be in the old folks' home. saying things like skibbity and pwned and rafflecat and all that sort of thing while we're playing Modern Warfare 3 on a PlayStation
There's a safe
3
area
in the
over
old
there.
folks'
Wanna
home.
take a break?
That is a very realistic and possible future that we have coming. If we can afford the old folks' home. Hi, Kayakly, fun guy, welcome in. You know, there's a lot of talk about
Let's go this way.
the death of Social Security. So there's a very real chance that we can't afford the old folks' home. So, you know, that is also a very real possibility that we face. On guard, B.
There's a wolf.
You are no match for my style.
Okay.
That is by far one of the best episodes of South Park, where they meet Mark Zuckerberg for the Facebook episode. It's like, oh, I see you will match my style. You are no match for my style. That one and the fun with weapons, where they do the hi Kikatsu. That song, amazing. Do you miss the old COD lobbies compared to online multiplayers? So here's a fun fact about Waffles. I cannot miss the old Call of Duty lobbies. I grew up with 2 kilobit per second dial-up internet. I lived in an area where our dial-up was so bad that on a good day we would get 12 kilobit per second dial-up, which means that we could not really play online games. So I never played Call of Duty Modern Warfare lobbies. I never played the old COD lobbies. I never played any of the shooters. I missed out on all of those because our internet was so bad that we could not play any of those games. I could play World of Warcraft if I avoided all the towns or anywhere where other players were. If there were other players, I would lag out and disconnect. However, I will say no, I do not like those lobbies. I do not want to return to those lobbies because the foul-mouthed, screaming racial slurs at people lobbies that we have both in old Call of Duty lobbies and now are not for me. I prefer a good, clean match full of good sportsmanship. And I know it makes me look like Ned Flanders, but I would prefer a Call of Duty lobby where people are quoting Bible phrases at each other and having a good old time telling their favorite stories of Bible in a year from Father Mike Schmitz than the angry, hate-filled, garbage, filth lobbies that we have in modern multiplayer games now. Like, the poor sportsmanship in modern gaming is one of my biggest pet peeves of all time. Like, why can't we just all have a good time and have fun and say, hey, good game, or good try, or hey, I really appreciated the effort that you put in there? Why does it have to be screaming, angry, horrible things all the time? I just don't understand why people have to be that way. What's going on here? So apparently we need to take this road back up and out and all the way up and around. Also, the non-stop sweat fest. The fact that everyone's a streamer now and everyone's always like clip farming has created the most insufferable lobbies to ever exist. Like, you can't just log on and play a casual game where it's like, hey, I want to do some silly things, or I don't want to try my hardest. Like, I just want to zone out and relax. Everything has to be, no, this is a non-stop sweat fest only zone where you have to give 120% and you have to chug 6 energy drinks to be able to be on the full edge of your seat to be able to even compete. Like, no, I just want to log in and have a little bit of fun. I don't want a sweat fest. Like, why does it have to be this way, you know? I don't like it. Remember playing Rocket League and making other team members mad because I was a pink fluffy unicorn? I will admit, back before I was a good sport, before I was a fully grown man and I was childish, I would intentionally pick outfits in classes that would rage bait people because they're getting beat by a bunny. I did fully do that. I am also guilty of that in the new Call of Duty when they released the Easter Bunny suit. Emmy and I would dress up as Easter bunnies and go around and take people out. And for some reason, people would get so mad that the Easter Bunny killed them. And it did bring me some I'm ashamed to admit, it brought me some joy to watch how angry these people would get over losing a match to the Easter Bunny. That being said, I wish Call of Duty would stop including the Easter Bunny. I hate all these unrealistic skins. I hate that I can load into a game with Beavis, Butthead, Nicki Minaj, and Snoop Dogg, and that's a real lobby in Call of Duty. That should not exist. That should not be. Why do we need all of that in Call of Duty?
Chest.
I have been getting the itch, though, to play Battlefield 6. And I'm hoping there's a new game coming out called War Dogs that is a 100 versus 100 persistent map that kind of looks like... What was that game? There was a persistent shooter back in the day, PlanetScape. PlanetScape 2. It kind of looks like PlanetScape 2, but Call of Duty at better graphics. So I'm really hoping that comes out soon, and that will scratch the first-person shooter itch that I really, really want. Because otherwise, I'm stuck with Furry Battlefield, and I'm kind of sick of playing Furry Battlefield. So I want to play Battlefield, but I don't want to pay full price for Battlefield because I know that I'll play it for like 5 hours and then get sick of it. So I'm hoping that Wild Assault, the Furry Battlefield, will hold me over until War Dogs comes out. I loved seeing a team of Sabrina Carpenters murdering Pickle Rick when he tries to emote on them. As if I didn't have enough reason to avoid Fortnite, them adding Pokemon and the amazing digital circus into Fortnite has given me more reason to never log into Fortnite again. That being said, unfortunately, it is about time for me to go get started with my day. I have to go get ready for work now. So, GG everyone, we had a good time. Let's end with our prayer as always. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for the conversion of hearts, that all people may grow closer to you. We pray for fathers as Father's Day comes up, whether he be a spiritual father, whether he be a priest, whether he be a father of a family. Lord, help the fathers to lead their families and their flocks closer to you. We pray for the victims of war, those who are going without food, water, medicine, whatever they may be lacking because of blockades, because of politics. Lord, help to provide for them. And finally, we pray for the souls in purgatory, all the souls who have been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you spending some time with me. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So if you enjoyed hanging out with me, you're welcome to join me again on Friday. I also post regular videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually about Helldivers or gaming in some capacity. So thank you all for watching. I will see you on Friday. Have a blessed day, and we will see you again soon.